minute so I can pull the...
Oh my god, I'm tired. Wow. No bueno.
Why does it say watch now? Oh god, is there like no way that I can get past this? I have a setup. There we go. The jungle.
Oh yeah, okay. I actually took some of my jungle plant outside because I thought it wasn't getting enough sunlight, and then it just burned.
Then it
It
died.
really just burned to a crisp because of too much sun.
Come back, Dungeons and Dragons. I wish to click on you.
Jesus.
I'm calling my stream Real Life Baldur's Gate. All right.
All I can think though, as I like think about how I want to play D&D, is just pushing people. I'm like, who can I push? How can I
The
end
secret
combat by push?
weapon.
Save spell slots, push only.
Surprisingly effective.
I know.
That's my move.
I know. That's why I'm
Hey,
like, man.
that's my move. Their always secret plan in Baldur's Gate 3 so far has just been to get to the highest point possible and wait for enemies to come up and then push them to their deaths until we met an enemy that had a pull. And the tides were turned.
Yeah, I got just pulled down, took like 80
Oh,
damage.
how
and
the
died
turns have
immediately, so.
tabled.
Oh, the tables, the tides, they are turning. All right, so it sounds like you guys need a little bit of refresher. Are we ready to play a little Dungeons and Dragons?
Sure.
All right, our adventuring party, currently in the Underdark, in the city of Dweller's Den, has retrieved evidence necessary, they hope, to expose the plot between the rebellious forces in the overworld and those nefarious workings in the city of Dweller's Den itself. They have long suspected Lord Hollis to be the agent and leader of the rebellion on the surface, and they've collected various pieces of evidence to support this. The idea being to rally the forces of the surface behind the king, save the day, save the world. Unfortunately, they have been unable to collect the one and final damning piece of evidence. Letters, maybe rings, maybe unknown, some piece of evidence, and they went to their last source to do so. They went to the nefarious gang that has been running the Underdark, or at least trying to run it and take over the city of Dweller's Den. And they went to the one point of contact that they knew was between those below and those above, broke into her office, Guard Captain Chesva, robbed everything they could out of her desk, which hopefully contained the evidence they needed, and proceeded to flee into the night after angering this gang slash researchers. During this epic escape, battles were raged and not quite won, as the leader of the Ratscratch experience, Ratscratch himself, was captured by the researchers. And though the group doesn't yet know it for sure, we are aware that Ratscratch is currently in a dungeon somewhere, experiencing the full pains and horror of being in a dungeon. In order to effectuate his rescue and potentially make their escape, as the Hall of Learning is also the likely only escape route for the party through the tower of the High Wizard Alarin, the group bargained with Chesva, once foe, now reluctant ally, as she was interrogated, turned over information, and realized she had signed her own death warrant in doing so. And she provided a rough map of the sewers beneath the city of Dweller's Den, which connect into the dungeons. She knew from her time as guard captain that those prisoners in the dungeon who were disposed of were tossed into the sewers, and was aware that there was a connection between them. After successfully crossing the city of Dweller's Den once again, the group headed down into the sewers, exploring an extremely difficult environment, toxic, nauseous, caustic even, and ran into quite sentient, quite horrible creatures that cornered the group down one of these hallways, which serve really as the roads of the sewer as they follow the roadways above. These creatures, known as Atiugs, were defeated in a lengthy combat by Jort, the goblin, who has joined the party to try and rescue his friend who's also captured in the dungeons at the Hall of Learning, and to see his idol hero, head of his cult, Ratscratch himself. Years, decades.
Wait, does that mean we're in Tailspire? Okay.
We're not in Tailspire.
No?
You are standing in this hallway, corpses of the Adiugs all around you, and behind you, the open doorway into the Room of the Five, which opened under that dire need that you felt while trapped in the hallway. Ryan, no, the videos, they're all messed up. Oh, we're back. Ish.
Classic Ratscratch experience shit.
Canonical.
Sarah's camera's gone now, too.
Because of getting water.
No, that's okay. So, you guys are in the sewers, bodies of the Atiugs around you, the open Room of the Five behind you, and according to your map, nearby, the entrance into the dungeons of the Hall of Learning. What would you like to do? Okay.
Oh God.
Make a Constitution saving throw. You feel a strong... Oh.
84. No, I'm just kidding.
17. Okay, you feel a strong sensation of sickly as you start to cross towards the door. Things spin a little for you, but the room rights itself as you cross the threshold. You enter into a fairly nondescript room. Let me see if I still have... I believe the map that we were using for the Room of the Five is on Roll20. Let me just see if I can... It has been. I'll pull it. I'll put it into the Discord once I remember how to log into Roll20.
So this is the underground sewer that we had on Tailspire, right? That combat moment?
That's correct.
Okay, and then you said that Room of the Five. You say it's the room that we were able to view from, like, that bar looking down?
That is correct.
Okay. Oh, right. Which, there's too many. Which naked man?
The first naked man, actually.
The one and only, I think, actually, in my defense.
This was just a small side room,
right,
though,
and then
right? This wasn't the
Kaydren.
entire room. Correct?
It is actually the full room.
Oh, so there should be
Did
a
you
bunch
ever
of dead
pick up the
bodies laying
shield?
in there, too, because you had them throw them in the hole.
Can we hide the bodies in there?
Yep.
Yeah, we threw them down the hole.
That's so gross. How our past haunts us.
That's like the fifth grossest thing we've done.
Wait, did Kaydren's character pick up the shield that was in there, or?
Yes.
So, Jort's going in is actually after Kaydren went in already. So who else in the room now?
Kaydren
George,
came back out,
Kaydren.
so it's
Yeah, I walked
just
out and was
Jorts.
in the so he's the only one that's
Okay.
walked back in.
Once we are no longer fighting, however, I will probably walk back in because I remember there's water there that can make me feel better, and I kind of got beat up a little bit. So
There is indeed.
I'm gonna go get me some of that
Where
feel-good
is
water.
this stupid map?
Are there
Sorry.
other food things in that room?
Yes. So if you remember, and I do not blame you if you do not, the room. Yeah, and
There's
actually.
tables with potion stuff. There's tables with books. There's there's all kinds of shit in there. Like,
Zach's got it. Yep. You have the distinct war room impression, or perhaps like a study of a general. So there's maps spread out across the table. There's notes haphazardly. There's books of all sorts all over the tables, as well as weapons hung on the wall. And the walls, as a reminder, are covered in runes, which you determined to be kind of an ancient Dwarvish dialect the last time you were there. And there is a large contraption in the middle of the room. Make a perception check. So with a 25, you notice that there are several weapons on the wall, but you quickly see that most of the weapons are blunted and they have no edge. The arrow tips have been replaced by something soft. You have the distinct sense that this is a training set of weapons and armor. You could probably kill somebody with it. It would just take you a lot more time. Certainly there's potions of unknown origin, scroll cases, scrolls, books, maps, all sorts of things like that spread across the floor. Armfuls, okay.
we're now walking in, looking at you, just going.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys definitely see him trying to take everything he can.
I respect it. But weren't there food things in there?
There is a small room that's in the southeast corner. It's got benches on it. It's got a kind of, each time one of you walked in, you saw your favorite type of food on the table, and there was a small fountain in the back of the room that when you drank from the fountain, you found your wounds closing and feeling refreshed.
Did I notice that when Jorts went into the room, he like felt sickly as he walked in? Like, did he do a little gagging sound as he walked in or anything, or? Bleh.
He resisted the effect, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if he made little gaggy sounds, I know that there's probably an infinite
When I walk
amount of...
in and I see him taking all this stuff, I would just warn you that we don't know what any of this stuff is, and it might be cursed.
Okay, I'm putting into our D&D channel the Roll20 layout of the room so that you guys can have a visual if you need to.
I'm just gonna go to the back room where the healing stuff was too, and then grab some of that and then leave.
Okay.
Yes, this is our place that you're taking all this shit from.
Well, we kind of inherited it, but yes.
Okay. So you're going to try and put things back, but then deceive the rest of the group that you... Alright, sleight of hand.
Very good.
Anybody? No, that everybody's passive perception
Literally,
that can see you
passive
is going to catch
perception
you
would
that.
be able
Yeah,
to see.
everybody is going to catch that.
I don't know that I care if he's taking some scrolls. Like, sure, more power to him.
I don't know if
Anybody else?
because I went into the.
I'll let him think that
Another
he's
room.
gotten away with it until later.
So, I remember that there might be food, especially hardtack.
There
So,
definitely is.
seeing Ratscratch gag a little bit going in though. Oh, I'm so sorry. Seeing
Ratscratch.
George do a little
I mean, he
gaggy.
might be, but he's not.
How much do the healing waters heal for?
So if you go in and you take a drink of that water,
Yeah, it's like 1d6.
every
or
time
something,
you
wasn't it?
refill and drink from that water, it's as if you took a small healing potion.
Oh, so 1d4 plus 1.
1d4 plus 1, you got it.
You birds
Can
have a
I
gag
like?
reflex?
I will also get some of the healing water.
What?
Walking into the room though, can I like smell it and like just like sniff it to see if there's something gag-like before I just walk in?
You're sniffing the room, the smaller room or the bigger room?
Whatever one, wherever Ratscratch made a gaggy sound is. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, George. I'm mispronouncing it. Might be. Wherever George made that sound.
Okay, yeah, that's the main entrance to the room, not the little healing room that has the food and the water.
But we have to go into the main entrance to get there, right?
Absolutely correct. So you're gonna make a smelling perception.
Smellception.
Well, I mean that's a thing. Some of my animals get it. And I'm sorry, Zach. It's 2d4 plus 2 for a
Oh,
regular healing
2d4
potion.
plus 2.
Yep.
Nice. This gets me up to maximum. Once I do that, I can leave. So I'm gonna start leaving.
Okay. You may drink as much as you would like to from that well, yes. Whether or not there are effects of doing so is yet to be seen. And Yasi, we're waiting on your smellception.
Oh, 26. So that
So
might not be any to smell, but
the interesting thing that you smell coming in with a 26 is a smell that you're very familiar with, having spent so much time in the forest as you have. It's the smell of decay and dead body. But you don't see any dead bodies, nor any blood.
oh, did we like cast any kind of spell that would hide the bodies?
I'm
Or
pretty sure
do
you
we
did.
leave anyone in charge with hiding the bodies that may have cast some kind of invisibility spell on them?
I definitely remember us trying to obscure it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we used magic, but I don't remember that specifically.
Can I like smell? Do I smell it in any localized spot, or is it just kind of in the air?
It's in the air. It gets stronger as you go towards the room just south of the glyph circle, if you're
South
referring
of
to the picture.
Glyph circle.
And you recall that you previously entered this room. Yeah, so if you open up
I'm
Discord.
looking at it right now. Yeah, the glyph
Yeah, so the
circle
big
to
blue
the south.
glyph
What is
circle
it?
is at the top. And basically there's a table right there. If you remember last time you entered this room from above, and that was basically where you had entered last time.
Okay, so where I'm smelling, I'm probably kind of where the old Ratscratch image is.
Correct.
Okay. Can I go closer to the smell and see if there's like
Yeah.
up until the point where it just seems like it's like at its max
Max is
stinkiness?
right underneath where the opening was that you previously entered.
But also, just to be clear, because I know it smells bad and it's gonna make me feel gross and nasty, though I maybe have a higher tolerance for smells like this, I am gonna like kind of cover my nose, but like take the occasional intentional whiff.
Okay. It doesn't smell great, but it's a smell you're kind of used to, or at least you know how to
Smells
deal
like
with it.
home.
You definitely know that there were dead bodies here, and they're gone.
Oh, so they're like, yeah, so if I like poke around, I don't like touch anything, it's just still air.
You don't find anything as you look around in that area.
From like a nature or medicine check or something, if it smells this pungent, how recently would the bodies have been moved, approximately?
Good question. And it's hard to tell with the air not moving around a lot inside a sealed room.
Okay. Do I see any like gorish stains? Does it look like someone cleaned it afterwards? Like, is there anything to indicate where they might have been moved?
Why don't you make an investigation while I ask what everybody else wants to be doing right now?
No.
All right. You drink directly from the well? By the way, since Kaydren has done this before, I assume he did this. But as a reminder to
Cups.
Jark,
Yeah,
there are cups laid out in front of the well. So Kaydren filled a cup and drank from it and healed. If you cup the water with your hands, it's delicious, sweet, clear water that doesn't do anything else.
I rolled a 14, by the way, in case it matters.
Okay.
I mean, I would have been in there sipping from a cup, so if you want to take that as it will. Because that's where I went in. That was the first thing I went to do. Very, very good, yes.
Yasi, you don't see any fresh blood stains at all, though you notice what appear to be very, very ancient blood stains around the room.
Do I remember them from the last time we were here?
You do.
Okay. Oh. I guess the cleanup crew came through. Then I go to the room where I think there should be hardtack for me to eat.
The table is full of hardtack.
Nom, 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 stuff, 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 nom, 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 stuff, 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 stuff. Is what I do. Until I'm bloated, probably.
Jark and Wudao, you see, strangely, Yasi consuming what appears to be your favorite food. Whatever that may be.
God.
She's just gnawing on a baby.
Oh,
Yassi's
no.
like, this George guy is
This
weird.
was fun.
And offer him a hardtack baby, apparently.
Oh, no.
I suspected something weird might happen and you didn't let me down.
Oh. But when I offer Jorts the hardtack, does he take it eagerly?
Jark, do you?
Oh my, but are you like
It's
stoked
children
when you
to you,
take
right?
it, or are you just like,
It looks like your favorite food already. It's probably a handful of.
so you're hype about taking it, right? Okay, I like him now because I feel like he's hype about taking hardtack, which is like not usually
Nice.
what happens.
Mhm.
So now I'm like, this guy's cool. He's cool. I like this guy. He's way better than
Yeah.
Ratscratch.
No type.
I like as he gets ham on the hardtack, I give him like that. That's what's up. I see you, kindred spirits. I see you. Yeah, like that's like crumbs like everywhere, and I'm just stoked. I'm stoked. It's like a kindred spirit to me. I finally feel like there's someone in our party who shares my appreciation of the finer things in life. I come sit next to Jort, like I'm like, yeah, and then I'm also just eating. And I'm like smiling back, and I'm like trying to eat it the way you're eating it, which is maybe like how you'd eat a baby, but I'm like, I'll try it. Like I'm gonna try this new way, corn on the cob style, with this hardtack, and I love it. I love the strategy. I think it's great.
You're never gonna be able to eat corn the same.
It tastes significantly better than the atayag that you tried to eat a few minutes ago, Yasi. You did.
You did.
Huh.
You attempted to eat them too,
Yep.
which was
Did,
very
huh?
strange.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not that wild for you, but it definitely wasn't a great decision.
Backtrack.
Well, the fact that it was a creature that lives in a sewer and you were attempting to eat it, just yeah.
We love seafood. Sewer, seafood. Anyway, I mean, I'm just stoked. I'm stoked. I like Jort now. You know, like in Baldur's Gate, it's like so and so approves. Yasi approves as Jorts eats the hardtack passionately.
Got it.
Yasi will remember this.
I'm gonna do
Besides that,
a perception check out in the sewers again because I've stepped out.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a perception.
– 14.
With a 14, you don't hear anything unusual. There are sounds that are coming from all around, echoing, bouncing. You find it a little bit frustrating to try and keep a normal watch down here. You're not very used to being inside a space like this. There just aren't that many that causes rounded echoes to bounce down water, down hallways. It's a bit disconcerting, but nothing of immediate alarm.
there were some books here and stuff, right? Last time.
That's right.
Many bucks.
I'm trying to remember. Did I steal one of them? Like, wasn't there something?
Isn't this where you took Wizard Kova's
That's
book
what I
from
thought
him?
too.
Well,
like
no,
that he had
was,
a book.
that wasn't his. His book was not. That was not here. That was.
He
else.
was, though, and this is where she robbed him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. He came down into the.
He came down into it,
that's
and
when
he was
took
curious, and Yasi pickpocketed him,
Well, you know, it happens sometimes.
leading to the inn disaster where
No, it
he
was not a
came in.
disaster. We're alive, aren't we?
Tomato,
It
tomato.
was a disaster.
We alive. We alive.
I'm sitting in a corner, by the way, like stamping my feet and swearing under my breath because there's dragons on the wall. So I'm just mad about
Ooh,
it.
somebody read their notes.
I just remember that actually.
Nice.
I did check to see for the story.
Interestingly enough, as you're looking at the dragons on the wall and kind of fuming, something that you've noticed previously, something that you hadn't noticed previously occurs to you. The way that these dragon heads are configured and some of the things around the room start to look a little like the sketches that you've sometimes drawn out. These are ways to fight dragons.
I like these people. But I'm still mad about the dragons. I check my notes though and make sure that I'm familiar with all the ways they depict.
Can I step out of game for a second? Because I don't know this about your character. And I need to know as a DM. Did you pick dragons as a favorite enemy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's why I get really pissed off every time they come up.
No, I just want to make sure that I assumed that was, but I just was like, I should probably double check this before we get into more dragon fights.
Correct.
If that were to happen.
But of course not.
I'm gonna feed Hardy and Tacky some hardtack too while we just chill and wait.
Interestingly
Recuperate.
enough, your bats are enjoying a lovely meal of insects.
Yeah. Wait. in the room, or like I think it's hardtack though.
You think it's
I
hardtack?
think it's
Okay.
hardtack.
All right. Well, we're all so happy.
They
This
just
is a
have these
lovely
giant
place.
bricks of hardtack sticking out of their face.
Wait, it occurs
and they're
to
just
me.
like, go.
It occurs to me that this is where. Do we feel fuller after we eat it, Matthew, or is it?
You seem pretty content, yeah.
Okay. So this is where the naked guy was once upon a time. Did we just like leave him tied to something?
No, the
No.
naked guy was left in with.
You left him
Kovath in
upstairs.
the-
Yeah, we brought him upstairs.
In
We
his
just
office.
threw
Okay,
the
I'm
dead bodies
gonna-
down here afterwards.
Is it too? How much higher is that upstairs hole that we?
It was. So the hole was about 30 feet up because you had the rope down.
30 motherfucker. Is our rope still there?
No. And
No, we
looking
took
up,
the rope and there's
neither
no
is
hole.
the hole.
What?
Cover up
It's
the
not
hole,
in the
didn't we?
same
Like,
place,
throw-
Yasi. This is a magical room. Well, you would know that.
But we did like throw shit. Like we covered the hole. with
Yeah,
the
so
dead
is the
bodies
hole
and
like
did.
everything.
totally
So-
repaired,
No,
or
well,
is it
we
still,
did that,
like...
and then the hole magically closed. Like it was gone. Like it never
Oh, no
existed.
shit, huh? Where was the hole about though? Like, was it right next to the
Same
glyph?
place.
It was.
Same place.
Yeah.
Because you basically were looking at the spot where you had thrown the bodies from the hole down to.
Oh,
That's where you
yeah,
were
yeah,
smelling
yeah,
them the
yeah,
most.
yeah.
But no, neither the bodies nor the
And the hole, the ceiling
hole
was
are
like
there.
untouched.
Yes.
Correct.
Beautiful, perfect. Okay. What kind of magic would have like? Would we have any idea what may have caused something like that?
Are you
Like, can I
asking
do
that
an
out loud to
arcane
your group,
roll
or are
or
you
s-
asking
No,
me
no,
to
I'm
see if
just
you can make a
thinking.
roll?
I'm just thinking. I'm like, man,
You
how
can
the
go ahead and roll Arcana
fudge
for that. Let me see.
would something like that have happened? You know, because that's crazy. Like, I need to
You
learn.
can either roll Intelligence or Arcana, whatever one you choose.
Well, they're both my same modifier, so.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yo! Oh shit! I kid you, you can't see it because it's very light. But it's like an 18, so it's actually a 19.
Nice.
That hard tag.
That's still pretty good.
Fire
So,
team.
As a druid, you don't know. You will not be able to
You
to
did
figure
good.
it. I rolled a 11. No. You don't
was
know
expecting
the
good,
specifics about the magic, but what you do know, and what you do remember without roll, is that you've been inside two separate magically created instances within the past 2 weeks for Yasi. One, you went inside the High Wizard Alarn's tower and stepped through a doorway into a second city, which he explained to you was his mansion, the place that he arrived at. He had magical servants. You knew that it was a magical room. The High Wizard Alarin also had his caravan, which traveled between the planes and was able to adjust magically. It required you entering the ethereal plane just to get into it. So you don't know what the magic is, but it occurs to you, I've seen magic that can adjust or manipulate the physical spaces around me. Maybe it's a separate plane, maybe it's a modified spell, maybe it's a little bit of both, you don't know. But you
I don't know
have
the
seen
kind of
this type
spell
of magic
it is,
before.
or if it would require that there be someone nearby casting it, or if it's just like a permanent type of thing.
Not beyond that, but enough that you've recognized this exists. Yeah. It's some deduction, some sense, yeah. But it doesn't give you like specialized knowledge into the mechanics behind it.
From when we broke that floor, how thick was it? Was it like really
Very.
thick? Very thick.
Very. You recall that this was Dwarven or Durgar construction with very well fitted together but massive slabs of stone.
Okay, just for the lulz, this might not do anything whatsoever. I'm gonna take out of my backpack, or if I see something like kind of heavy, you know, that I can throw, 30 feet. I'm like, I think I could throw up 30 feet. I'm just gonna
You
throw it
definitely
as
can throw
hard
30
as I
feet.
can. I'm just gonna lunge it up and see if it'll hit the ceiling to make a bonk sound. And I'm gonna do that like
Few
5
questions.
times as hard as I can to see if anyone like makes any sounds back. If not,
You mean you're going to do it 5 times, or you're going to try and throw it 5 times harder than you can?
I'm gonna try to throw it as hard as I possibly can. 5 times.
5 times. Okay. And what is the object which you are throwing up into the air?
Well, in my thing, I have a handful of shinies, but I don't think that's actually. I'm gonna take one of those crystal of lights.
The crystal, that.
I took some of those
Absorbs
like
light?
rock. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then well, using a nature check, is it like a soft stone? Is it something that's gonna get fucked up if I throw it at something, or is it like relatively hard, like a rock? I'll like roll for nature. I don't know if that would be appropriate.
You know, I'm not sure a nature roll is going to tell you about the materials inside of rocks. I'm just going to tell you right now that you
Rocks are
don't know.
soft. I mean, I have a handful of them, I think, so I'll try throwing one. If it breaks, I'll try something else.
All right, make an attack roll.
What was it? Like, what's an attack? Is it a spell? It's not a spell attack, though, right?
No.
Like, what would it be?
Nope.
Dexterity?
1d20.
1d20. This is an improvised.
Plus your strength.
Plus strength,
modifier.
okay.
For the attack roll, no. This
Yeah,
is an
that's
improvised weapon.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I rolled a
'cause it is
14. If
improvised.
there's no modifier, then it's just 14.
You know what? That's enough to hit in the general location. You whip it up there. There's a disconcerting crack as it bounces off the top of the ceiling and comes hurtling back down towards you.
I knew that was gonna happen, because gravity, so I do, like, watch out for it to land on my head.
Okay.
You know.
So you step well to the
Did I
side.
break it?
You go back over, retrieve the crystal that you threw up into the ceiling. There is definitely an impact point, like a little white dust corner of it, but
Alright.
for the most part, no breaking.
Did it make a kind of loud noise?
It did.
Okay, I'm gonna try that like 2 more times.
Kaydren,
quick
you hear that
succession.
loud noise outside as well, for what it's worth. All right, 2 more attack rolls then.
19.
All right, one
And
will hit
5.
again. 5 does not hit. It kind of clatters off a different portion of the ceiling.
But it seems kind of silly because I'll just do it again. You know, so it's like.
You can do it as many times as you want to.
Okay, so I want to hit it like in 3 quick times, and that was a 3, 5, Jesus, and 19. So a total of
So
like 6 times that I hit it. No,
everybody
5.
else is hearing this like, huh, 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 as it cracks off the ceiling over and over again. And since Yasi isn't catching it, there's a secondary crack as it smashes back into the ground over and over again as well. Aside from the clattering noises, nothing discernible happens.
Alright, so no, I don't hear like anyone go knock, knock, knock back or anything. Nothing.
Nothing like that.
Oh, interesting. I inspect my crystal.
Oh, I see what you were trying
Put
to do.
Put it back into my bag.
Oh, that's clever. I like that.
Well, I wondered if my little
Yeah,
nude friend or if the barkeeps were still up there or
You
whatever.
were wondering if that was still connected up there. I like it. No reply.
Hey.
Kaydren, you're full health. You're standing outside guarding Wudao, Jark, and Calla. Anything you guys want to do?
After I'm recovered, I'm just gonna wait for the rest.
Oh, can I give Jort one of my handful of shinies? Because he likes hardtack?
Okay. Okay.
I wave the hardtack. I'm like, appreciate good taste like Yasi. Here, have this gold shiny. Friendship! Friendship!
This is the most weird cultural bonding that has happened in D&D in a long time, and that's saying a lot.
It's kind of sad that it's all based on a lie, but we don't know that.
Isn't the best sort of friendship based? No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
You take a refreshing drink of water.
I have some water just because Jort's had water.
You feel different. And you heal 2d4 plus 2.
I'm gonna cast light on my my shield and then walk down the tunnel a little ways.
Are you walking in the way that you came from, or are you walking further down?
Further down.
Okay. You pause for a second, light up the shield. The way that the shield lights up, you've cast light on many objects. This object seems particularly receptive to it, which is a kind of weird effect, but it looks almost like the armorer who crafted the shield intended it for it to be illuminated, whether by a light spell or some other means, you don't know. It feels comfortable though. You head down the hall, signs of your recent battle smeared here and there. Fairly quiet compared to how it was just minutes ago. You don't see much. You reach the intersection. There's, if you recall, one of the Adiugs is dead in that intersection. That was the last one to fall. And there was a half-eaten corpse of a Durgar halfway out of the water in that same intersection. So you're kind of standing above that Ichor with a T hallway in front of you.
And we didn't... I forget if we had checked the body or not on the Durgar in particular.
You
No,
have not.
didn't
Nobody's
have
checked the body yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he wasn't really wearing anything anyway. Was he?
He doesn't. From first glimpse, he doesn't appear to be wearing
I'll
much.
take a look
There
at
are
his
some rags.
body in particular, just because I want to see if any of the markings too, possibly on his body, are like the same as like the creatures we just fought, to see if it's them or something
Okay.
else that ate him.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Wait, which Dwergar is this?
Oh yeah, now I know
apparently?
they're pronounced Dwergar.
Yeah, I was like, who is it though? I don't. Which one is?
There was
It's
one
a
down
half-eaten
the-
corpse. You don't know much
Oh,
else.
the one that was out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Investigation was 13.
There's really not much left of this. It's dead for a while, half decayed. The markings distinctive of being held by a tentacle while being consumed. There's tight constrictions around what's left of the leg, right next to the jaw mark. Matches very much what it looks like the Adiugs would do. Adiugs would do.
Okay.
Jark, you heal another 2d4 plus 2. I remember. You heal another 2d4 plus 2. And make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. And now you turn into a donkey.
Poke, poke, poke. Okay.
The water is so
Yes.
cold you get brain freeze.
You turned around as you were drinking that last cup, leaning, enjoying the effects, really feeling pretty proud of yourself. And you looked over at the bed across the table across from the table of food, and you stared at that bed, and man, does it look inviting. And you thought about it, and your eyes blinked for a second, but you're fine. Okay. The bed looks back at you, uncaring. Okay. Let's see. Calla. Okay, so you kind of wander out. Yasi, Calla, Wudao.
Once
I'm
I've
like,
refreshed
yeah.
a bit, I'm just kind of like waiting at the entrance for everybody to complete their business.
Okay.
I follow everyone, but I kind of stomp around like an angry teenager because I'm still upset about the dragons.
I offer Calla a hardtack since I feel like that always cheers
I
me up.
actually take it, and I'm very excited about it.
Oh,
'cause I did
importantly,
eat.
this has to be hardtack from your own pack. You learned last time if you step out of that
walk out,
room,
it
anything in
disappears.
your hands goes away.
Do you still offer it to me?
Same thing with the water. We can't
Yeah,
take the water. You
always.
can't put like the water in a jug.
You
We
can't
tried that
pouch it
too.
up.
Yeah.
I offer hardtack to Calla from my pouch, and it's just fucking hardtack.
I just
I
like
take,
that.
I take it like it's better than regular hardtack.
I like that Jark walks out and like he's holding this baby leg and it just vanishes. He's
Not
like,
the weirdest
Wait,
thing Jark
But
has seen
that
today.
means, Calla, that means you're eating like actual hardtack and you're excited about it?
Because I didn't eat, I like forgot. I got so angry about the dragons. I
Oh my
forgot about the room
God.
with the food, so I was like pretty pumped to be eating. And I'm
I
just
don't
like
know, like, that
anything
that's
to
why it's
distract me
happening.
from the dragons, but
I'm
all you
see-
see is excitement.
Just excited.
She just has to be angry enough to bite through the hardtack.
I'm just like having this like moment where I'm like, what the fuck is happening with fam? Like
Be the
everyone
change you want to
finally
see in
they
the world,
seen
Yasi.
the
Be the
light. And
change.
I'm like I'm feeling so mushy inside, like that joy you feel when you feel loved. Like I just feel fuzzy. I'm like, should I give Calla a hug? But I'm like, I'm just not sure.
She's been
but
sitting outside in the sewer water, splashing around for the last
I'm just
15
like I'm like
minutes.
so happy. Like if Calla looked at me as she was eating that hardtack, I'd just be like,
I'm like, I don't know why she's so happy, but I don't know.
just staring at her eat it because I feel like people are finally coming around to hardtack.
Wudao, as you cross the threshold to leave the room, you notice the kind of faint, not faint, but soft light of Kaydren's shield down the hall from where you're standing. Calla and Yasi appear to be right beside you.
Like the
Jark,
moth, the
somewhere
flame.
around nearby.
So,
You're gonna follow Kaydren?
yeah.
Okay. Who is the last one to leave the room?
Probably not me. But
Wudao and Kaydren are out, so it's Yasi, Jark, and Calla. And you can leave at the same time if you choose. Okay. Does that make Calla last out?
Hopefully.
Okay. Alright, so you guys step out. The door doesn't disappear dramatically or anything, but the glyph behind you does flash, and the door seals itself back up. The glyph hasn't disappeared or anything like that, but the room appears to be sealed for now.
did we walk out like back through the main entrance, like down to the
That's
bottom,
correct.
or-
Yep. Which, when you were in the Rock Tavern, was blocked by cave-in, but here was not. There were double doors there.
Okay, so we're back out to where we came in, right?
You're
essentially?
in the sewer, bodies of the Adiugs in front of you, Kaydren's soft light shining off down towards your left.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna head towards the Hall of Learning dungeons, or continue to explore the sewers?
I mean, I feel like this is time is of. We didn't act
Yeah,
like
I
it,
was
but I feel like
probably
time
the-
is of the
yeah.
essence.
I wasn't sure if we
We
had to
never
find a
act like it.
ladder or something. I couldn't remember. It's been a while since I didn't.
You're actually not sure. You have a very crude map, so you're not sure what you'll find when you reach your destination. You know you're close to it, you just don't know what's going to be there when you get there.
Okay. I'm just trying to line up if this intersection's on that drawing or not.
Okay, so you've got the map out and you're kind of like doing the like twist and turn and looking over. Why don't you make a what's the survival, right? For yeah. You have a map with you, so you can make it at advantage.
$24.
Yeah, you feel pretty confident. Yeah, okay, I turned here, we went down here. You're pretty confident you're about 2 blocks away, and it's straight ahead for you.
Okay. I'm gonna start that way.
You guys see Kaydren start to march off.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I'm
if
in
you
step
are.
with him.
Okay,
Are you going towards where we think Ratscratch would be?
that's
Right?
correct.
Yes.
I'll go with Kaydren.
Calla and Jark following behind.
I'll offer him some hardtack too. Just try my luck while everyone's really excited about it.
Jark, this strange woman is now offering you hardtack.
No, I'm offering it to Kaydren.
Oh, to Kaydren. I'm sorry.
Jort, and Jort loved it.
Okay.
Calla loved it. So I was like, let's see if Kaydren loves it.
Sorry, Rossi, not right now.
Soul crushed. Soul crushed. Just.
Hardtack will absorb all your tears. It's okay.
You can
I
just
was like-
there's a very if you look at Kaydren, there's a very determined like look on his face.
He's ready for action.
I just
Okay.
need. So I'm just gonna get sad and then walk behind, and now I'm probably like 4 people behind.
Okay.
the line.
Sulking about
So you're
You thought you
sulking
were the
and I'm
change in the world.
angry. Just a couple of teenagers
the
tagging
Yeah.
two
along.
teenage girls on a stroll
It's
through
like
the
my
underdark
bad,
sewers.
just being like, damn.
Classic.
suspicious,
So as you
hey.
guys walk along this continued sewer pathway, you notice that most things haven't changed very much, except as you get close to where you believe your destination to be, Kaydren, you notice that there's a significant stone working on either side. Make an intelligence check for me. And anybody who is with him can also make a check as well.
What do you mean with him?
There's two stone carvings in front of us. Is that what you're saying?
Significant stone workings. Like there's a lot of construction.
Right intelligence?
Yep, far more advanced
All
than
right. Straight roll. Here we go.
what
11.
you've seen before.
Hopefully yours is better than mine because I rolled a 2.
I got an 11.
That is better than a 2.
You both assume that's a nice little piece of dwarven work here.
Oh, that's
Uh,
a nice piece of dwarven work here.
Nice.
Is it like a substantial change from what we've seen before?
It is. Yasi, Jark, and Calla, you guys can make your intelligence checks now as you catch up with them.
Can I see if there's any like
10.
traps maybe?
Give me an investigation.
Because there's like a threshold. I'm like a little bit worried about walking past it.
Okay. Did you say 10, Yasi?
Mhm.
Get these
You
fucking
are
animals.
forced to agree with Wudao that it is an interesting piece of dwarven work.
What about a 17?
17 sounds pretty good. Jark, how about you? You don't even know what everybody's talking about.
Oh.
Calla,
Drunk Calla is the most observant in this situation.
you're not sure with a 17, but you're fairly certain. These look like foundations for castle walls or significantly tall walls that are underground. You've seen kind of workings before on significant fortifications under construction. These are the underground bases of what would be massive walls above.
I communicate this to the group that this is what I think we're looking at.
I was trying to see if there was anything wrong going through this hallway, but I didn't see anything very.
Yeah, investigation didn't come back with anything unusual other than the fact that the stoneworkings themselves were there.
Do we have anybody that can like check for magic? We don't have
I
anybody
have
like
detect magic.
that. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to detect magic here just to see if there's anything magic-like?
Wait, I think I do. Hang on.
And remind me again, what did Calla's 17 that she shared with us about this stone thing? What was it?
It's
So essentially
the
the-
footers. It's the footers for the walls for the structure that we're trying to get into.
So footers, like support beam type footers?
Yes,
Or what's
they're underground supports that hold up the structure.
Okay. Are they like solid wall or are they like pillars almost?
They are massive walls.
Okay. So they're
Like
decorative,
massive
but they also have
reinforced
like
walls.
a.
They're not
An
decorative.
No, they're
Structure?
not. They're not decorative. They're just large and different.
Oh, but didn't they have like dwarven images
Just a-
on them? or
it's
something?
just a dwarven construction.
Oh.
it's very-
It's very
like, the
precise.
angles are, like,
very,
perfect.
very, very well. The whole thing is dwarven make, but there's like some significant change in type, thickness, skill at this area.
We went
There
from
was
walking
extra
through like
care.
cobbled stone, it's like probably rounded off slightly,
There's
and
extra care,
you know,
huh?
into Now the walls are like perfectly square and everything fits
Scientifically
together
aligned, if you will.
Yeah,
Okay. Interesting.
perfectly level. It's on a 0 gradient.
Yeah. They got their levels out when they were building this one. I'll be right back. I'm grabbing a soda, but I can still hear you.
That's fascinating that it's so much.
Did you get any ping on your detect magics?
It turns out I don't have detect magic. I thought I did. I
Oh.
detect poison,
No.
but not detect magic. So, I'm useless, and I'm more upset now. I think I changed
Well,
it.
it's okay.
I'm like full on temper tantruming in the back now, but it's fine.
Huh, that's
don't have any.
fascinating. So it's really fancy over here.
George, do you have any ability to detect magic of any sorts? You're kind of a new person. I'm not sure exactly of your skill set. Are you good at detecting for traps?
Well,
See if you can find something, because I couldn't see shit.
yeah, and while if Calla has said, oh, this is like extra fancy, like maybe blah 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 blah, can I like do an investigation of them, see if there's like anything, like if you look at them, maybe if there's like a signature or a maker's mark. Like remember when we went to the catacombs, there were like dates and years and shows who did the
Absolutely.
inspections and stuff.
Give me an investigation check for you then, Yasi. And then, Jark, what are you doing?
He's gonna look for the traps, because
Give me
I literally
an
could
investigation
not
as
see
well.
anything, and I
Unless,
still would like-
if you're just generally checking the area for traps, you can choose to do perception instead.
Yeah, just the threshold of this area.
Okay, give me what you got. And Yasi, let me know what yours was.
So I rolled a 17, and I'm gonna be looking for not just that, but like, like if you make like even when like people had really crafty things like weapons, they would have like, house marks or like initials, because it's just like a craft. If it's so well done, maybe they also made it ornate with symbology. I don't know.
You don't find any maker symbols, but what you do notice that has been missed previously is a thin, about 3 inches thick opening about halfway through that goes all the way up and above you and arches back down on the other side.
3 inches thick?
It's an opening, so it's like a 3-inch wide opening.
3-inch wide opening. It's just like a path through the wall?
Yeah, so you're walking straight, it's above you. All the way around.
There's like an inset chamfered edge that goes all the way around.
You got it.
Arch.
3 inches.
Yeah, about 3 inches wide.
Can I see where it starts? Or
Starts at the base on the floor and goes all the way up and around to the other side.
and I can see where it ends.
You can see where it ends. Yep. It's just basically across the channel on the other side of the walking path.
What would I have to like if you see something in a building and like if you have knowledge of like you may, oh, this is for this purpose. This might have been done for this purpose. Like
You're
what
free to
would I-
speculate. Yeah.
Yeah, what would I like use? Like what would I roll to kind of be like, oh, this is sometimes something people did for water to travel or to avoid
It'd be
flooding
probably
or
wisdom. Yeah, history. Yeah.
You're welcome to take that.
I'll do wisdom if you'll let me.
Because
Yeah,
you're
I'll let you
pulling
do
from
wisdom.
your
This isn't
knowledge of
super
what you would know
complicated.
from buildings, maybe? I don't know. Just
I don't
depends.
know.
Jark, you, with the 22, do not find any traps or anything of other concern. What you do find is a very, very carefully hidden lever, slightly behind the fortifications.
Does he show us the lever?
Very much so. You would have walked by it 1,000 times, but for the clever way that it was inset, it looks like it could almost be a magic spell obscuring it, but it is just extremely clever stonework to make it look like the stones were flush against each other, but if you reach behind it, you found that there's a lever or some sort of device you can pull on.
Wait, do you tell people it's their Jort? I'm like, wait, Jort. Does
They
it
did
look
a
like
shit-
it's...
Probably.
They pooped.
It's probably for a
But-
door. It looks like it's probably for a door.
Can I show Jort like the line and like can we see if maybe there's any connection like that suggests that this lever is tied to this like 3-inch gap, like that it might cause it to broaden or a connected mechanic? I'm like, wait, Jort,
I'm
wait.
gonna walk to the other
Are you
side.
telling
side
me
of
you
the...
pull it, or are you saying I can pull the lever to that?
I was like, wait,
Yeah.
Jort, wait, let me
I'm gonna
look
walk
at
to
something.
the other side of the doorway. Is what I'm gonna do. If they're
Okay.
on the ground.
Can
first thing.
I go over there and specifically look to see if I perceive? I'm like, hold on, Jort, just hold on 1 second.
It's very similar to that. For you, it's the edge of your
I'm like, just wait 1 minute, Jort, and then can I just do a pointed perception check or something to see if there's anything that suggests that the lever is connected to the 3-inch gap?
I will tell you right now that you don't need to make a perception check because there is massive stone blocks blocking off the view of the lever and what you've already seen. So you have the information you're going to get. You've rolled your perception checks for this area already.
Okay, so there's nothing that I can see from the way it's blocked that would help me understand if it's connected
The
to
only
that gap.
the only thing that is making you suspect that they're connected is their proximity to each other. You can't see what the lever is connected to. You can't see what's inside or not this recess that exists.
Can I hold
so-
a light up to the gap to see if there's anything inside the gap? Like, if it just looks like it goes on forever? I have like my little crystal.
Flashlight.
Yeah, go ahead and hold that up and give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay, 14 and 15, which means 14, which means 14.
You
24.
can't see much. You get a glint of metal back though.
Glint of metal.
I think we're good. Let's just
I say
continue.
pull it.
Every second we spend, Ratscratch is probably dying.
Oops.
All right. As
I would
Jark
move.
pulls
By the way,
the
I would
lever-
move in case a dagger blade thing comes down and kills me. So I'm gonna move away from the 3-inch gap. By
He
the way.
pulled it before you said you were moving.
No,
Everybody
I said pull it, and then I
everybody-
moved, and then I moved.
Everybody,
Yeah, and I moved before
everybody
I said it.
tell me where you were standing.
I
was
moved
on
to
the
the
other
side
of
of
the threshold of the door now, so I crossed over and was starting. to
Okay,
walk
so
down
you're on the
hall.
lever side. We'll say the lever side and the room side, we'll say.
Yeah, I was on
I'm
the
just
room
saying,
side.
I think it could be a little butcher blade that comes down and slices me in half. So I'm like, just to the side of it.
All right, hold on.
You're holding the frickin' light in there, looking at the metal thing.
But I saw a
Yeah,
tiny
you're
thing, and
standing
that's why I was worried it was
directly
a
underneath
blade.
of it.
No, I know, and so I thought it might have been a blade.
Listen,
so I was
listen.
like, okay,
Yeah,
hold on, you
listen.
can pull it.
Hold
It's
on.
not that hard. It's like 1
Hold
inch
on.
to move to the side.
Okay,
you
Calla, were
pull the
you on the
reaction.
outside or the inside? Outside is the side that you were walking up to on. Inside is the side with the lever.
Because I didn't go investigate it. I just
Outside
watched
then.
everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Jark, you're obviously inside since your hand's on the lever. Yasi, you're in between. Kaydren, did you say you were on the inside then?
I was
on the lever side?
continuing. Once there was no threat of a trap. I continued to move forward. Is basically.
It's gonna create a wall. It's gonna be a wall that
Wudao,
comes down. No.
what side are you on?
I mean, I would have been continuing following because I'm basically in stride with Kaydren, so.
Okay. Yasi, make a dexterity saving throw.
Dang, I moved.
This is you trying to move.
Okay, well, I should be okay. I rolled a 17, but let me check my modifier. Having good rolls today, I should be crazier.
Which way are you deciding to dodge?
Towards my friends.
Your friends
We're
are on either
both
side of you.
sides of you.
Shit. Which way is Jort?
Jort is towards the inside.
Wait, okay, so Jort's on the inside and everyone else on the outside?
Nope, everybody's on the inside except for Calla,
Call it.
Oh shit, that probably
who's
goes
kind of
towards the
lagging behind.
inside, just instinctively, but that's gonna be a 19 for my dex save.
As the what appears to be the let me describe it differently. You feel a lot of resistance, Jark, as you grab onto this lever. It's hard to pull. It's hard. It's hard. And then
Which would have given me so
and
much
there's
time.
a very,
Yeah, you.
very loud clang as all the pressure releases from the pull, and what sounds like a very fast, winding, clanking noise happens as from the gap drops down a massive iron portcullis with the bottom
Portcullis?
of
door.
spikes driving straight down.
Portcullis.
What? It's a thing. What?
No, I looked it up and I was like, that's exactly what would have come out of there in hindsight. Thinking about like ancient medieval looking fucking gate.
With a loud, reverberating clang echoing off down the sewers and up in front of you.
Well, I guess they know we're
Calla
coming now.
is now on the other side of this
But how
portcullis.
big? Calla's tiny. Can she fit through the portcullis things?
The gaps in it are about 1.5 inches wide.
So yeah,
Small?
no.
I will attempt to lift it.
Feeling guilty, I try to help Wudao, which is probably just gonna make it harder. But
At least high enough for
You were
Calla to
already
be
on
able
the
to.
inside.
The lever itself is on the inside.
You were not even near the door. Yeah.
Is anybody proficient in history?
Proficient? No.
Anybody have any background as a noble or somebody that would be knowledgeable of castles?
Nope.
You're a bunch of street urchins, aren't you?
yeah, and woods.
I mean,
I'm a cloistered
hometown
monk.
hero. I don't know how many times I've spent, how much time I've spent in castles, but
You know, the local heroes haven't spent too much. If you are going to put it into your backstory, I'll happily accept it. But if not, we can go without this particular tidbit. No, Jark, you are well on the inside of this mechanism. It does not appear that this was intended as a trap for whoever pulled that. More than that was an emergency release.
I suggest
which
to
now we
Wudao,
cannot
can
get
we
out
just,
either.
Can we just pull the lever the other way? Can we push it instead of pull it? You know, it's just a lever. Gate open, gate closed. Try that, Wudao.
I mean, if Jark's already got a hand on the switch, you can try to flip it back. But if
Jark's is weak. No offense. Yeah. Yeah.
You push the lever back, which swings freely. You hear some dull metal clanging, but nothing else happens.
Oops.
I will
God,
not
George.
lift it.
Wudao, make a strength check.
I help him. Can he do that advantage?
Yes.
All right.
The two of you climb down into the sewer water and
Well, that's
put
good.
your
'cause-
fingers through the bars
I
and
have one
begin
hard
to lift.
tack for strength and start pushing it.
All right. Well, that didn't work out too well because I rolled a 1 and a 4 for a total of 8. Then. With
This is a very, very unsurprisingly heavy thing that just drove with a row of spikes down into whatever was beneath. No.
No.
What are your passive perceptions, please? By the way, the look on your face, Zach.
It hurts me
for
on the inside. This is killing me, dude.
What was my question idea?
That was the best role playing I've seen from the local hero of like, God damn it.
Wait,
Here
no,
And
I
I
am
said it's
again.
for a door, and then everybody's like, "We're gonna still mess with it." So, okay.
wait,
What's
I
your
have a
question?
Literally told everybody what it was.
Sorry, who's Jark?
George
I'm
does not have
unfamiliar.
insurance.
George,
He's
I
like
don't
going
know.
who's like, I don't need insurance. And then, Matthew, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Flaming sphere, right? Has the
Are you going
Let's
to
don't
burn
laugh.
me to a
I'm just
crisp
trying to
because I
help.
got left
Okay,
behind?
alright. Flaming sphere, yes.
flaming spear,
Beer
Yeah.
or sphere?
sphere,
Yes.
Flaming fear.
flaming sphere When I use it in Baldur's Gate, sets shit on fire. That's
Correct.
not just people, you know,
Yes.
like the floor and environment.
That is correct. That is
Can
correct.
I spawn a flaming sphere to melt the gate?
So, Flaming Sphere does the same thing. Unsurprisingly, Baldur's Gate is D&D rules, and we're playing in the same rule set. But you, as the caster of Flaming Sphere, would know that it only alights things that are considered flammable.
But metal can
Iron bars, not considered
How
flammable.
are they forged, but without fire?
In a forge.
Which has fire.
Made in a forge.
There's
and
a
Can I
distinct
make it
difference
bendy?
between
Like,
a
if I put
fire.
a flaming sphere, will I make it bendy and then I can start, like, opening it?
You can try. You can always try.
But if I
But
know
I'm
it's not
telling
gonna
you now
work, I'm
that
not
you
gonna do
know.
it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not going to punish you for not knowing how it might work. There is a spell called Heat Metal. That's a different story
That's what-
altogether.
Well, wait.
But that was a serious question, though. What is everybody's passive perception?
Oh.
14.
14.
Passive.
Hold on, mine is very
13.
high. But I don't know where it is on my thing. Hold on.
I'm going to be looking for other inlets where you can hide through.
Oh, mine is definitely 17. Yeah, it's 17.
Okay. Kaydren, you wander around kind of looking for other places to take cover. So far,
Just a hall.
just a hall. Seems to be
I
fairly
mean, it would
narrow
be in
here.
the map too, right? Like, there's probably
The map is very, very crude. It's just
Oh, I know.
essentially like very chalk
But it's
outlines.
still showing
So
like a straight line probably for where
Yeah.
that is, you know? So
yeah, no, there's no like side passages or anything
Yeah.
marked on the map at this point.
that's what I figured.
The last 2 minutes notwithstanding. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, make an investigation, see if you can figure out where that release was from.
So I was confident that I couldn't lift it because it was dug so hard into the ground, right? That's kind of what we established.
That your first attempt at least was unsuccessful. You didn't feel any movement whatsoever with an 8.
Okay. So who's all on the other side? It's
Did you say 25? Okay.
You're so casual.
Calla.
about it.
Calla's on the
Okay.
other side.
just Calla.
Mm-hmm.
Just call.
Oh,
I'm going to attempt to bend the bars far enough to maybe let her.
Okay,
squeeze.
so
I
just
try and help
to make sure we're talking about the same thing, portcullises are not just vertical
Okay,
bars,
so
they're
you're talking
also
about a
horizontal
grid.
bars.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
There's no way you can bend those bars.
Yeah, that's
They-
not happening.
he's pretty strong. I don't know. Let him
Uh,
try.
I mean, apparently I'm strong enough to lift it.
Not trying to shut down people's ideas, because I
No, that's
love the
fine.
ideas.
Yeah.
and just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. So that's on
No,
me
okay,
to describe that a little
No,
bit
you're
better.
good. No, you're fine.
With a 25, you knowing a little bit about how that system might work during your days of trying to bypass those systems and exploit them during your thievery, are aware that oftentimes when the release lever is on one side, the mechanism to withdraw it is on the other, taking advantage of pulleys and lengths of chain or rope. There's usually a counterweight or counter pull side. You walk to the other side of the gate in basically the same spot, hoping to find something similar. You don't. You find what appears to be a stone wall. You're kind of putting your hand against it. Nothing. Defeated, you sit down and your hand brushes against what was a very slick moss-covered floor a little bit too far, and you recognize that there's some indentation on the floor on that other side, currently covered with slime, dust, and debris. With a fucking 25, you dick.
Jorts is my back.
You recognize what appears to be the top of a trapdoor.
Like, see, we're okay.
Are we? Did you forget my name there?
Maybe we should all
We
go
only
together.
Oh.
Matthew.
Oh. Are you back?
You lost me?
Yes.
For a brief second, yeah, he froze
I
up.
thought I froze, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, it's probably our
okay,
connection.
our internet then. Okay, sorry. I forgot what I was gonna say just there. I did say he only just met you. Is what I
He
was
did.
saying.
But, I mean, I knew his name the minute I heard it, and only call him Jorts appropriately, so
Fair enough.
don't know why he can't
All
get
right,
it
so
right.
Jark the Goblin has pointed out to you guys a trapdoor.
Who?
We all need to go back to that side anyway, right? To go
No.
towards
We're on the
Ratscratch
correct
is?
side. Calla was the only
Oh,
one that's on the
Calla.
outside.
But we don't
Hey,
know where
listen.
Calla would go in.
We
Right.
don't have a way for Calla to get in right now.
That's correct.
So we have to find it through this path thing.
I'm trying to passively perceive if anybody heard the absolutely atomic
Seems
explosion that we let off in these tunnels. And yeah.
Okay. All
This
right.
is your I'm looking down the hallway making sure we're not gonna get
Okay.
killed with like dudes with arrows and shit.
You
You made
recognize
this mess. Fix it.
it takes a little bit of finagling, but there's a again carefully inset piece of metal that you kind of have to turn and then lift, and you get a good eye lit ring handle that you can pull up on. What you would have expected to be extremely heavy, thinking you were going to lift another stone block that was massive, turns out to be a very carefully crafted sheet of stone that's fairly easy to lift up.
You,
Below
smack
that
yourself in
is
the
an
face.
opening into a room. It's dark in there, but I believe goblins have dark vision. Yes. Do you have blinding light vision? No, I'm just kidding. You peer into the gloomy darkness below. You see sort of what you were hoping to see, a massive cog with arms sticking out on it and a chain wrapped around the inside. There also appear to be decent amount of cobwebs and tipped over chairs that look like a little bit broken. A long since abandoned room by the looks of it. I've been in rooms. The keen thieves' eye scans the room. Give me an investigation check. $22. You can't see anything valuable, but you do see what appears to be a footlocker pushed up against the back corner of the room, particularly well covered in cobwebs.
My brain pictured a Foot Locker store, just like in the mall. On the back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you go to a mall right now, they'll probably have an equal number of cobwebs on them. Okay. So there are very, 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 very old looking arms on this. I apologize for this image I'm about to put into chat because it's dumb, but it's the only way I know how to articulate this thing. So it kind of looks like this. Okay, so we have the same Ignore the dumb people in that, but you get the
a
idea of what it
capstan.
looks like.
That is what we look like. We've got sunglasses on for some reason. It's fine.
Yeah,
We're
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit
Yeah.
younger than the average
It's,
age of that group, but yeah.
It's a
No,
capstan.
that's what we look like.
A capstan? That's what that's
Cap-
called?
Capstan.
Caption. It's a caption.
Caption.
Capstan. Okay.
Capstan.
See,
Yeah.
this is why I love D&D. I love learning new things. Capstan. So there's a capstan that is got a very large iron chain across the bottom of it. You don't see much else in this room. It looks like it may have been a staging room at one point, or perhaps the guardhouse for this gate. Not very big at all. The room is definitely no bigger than 8 by 8. Is basically the width and length of this room is taken up by the arms of this capstan. Go ahead and give me a strength check if you're going to try and turn this. Okay, so you're going to try and make it a little bit more difficult at the safety of the thing you're pushing. Understood. I do. You push, and this is one of those circumstances where it feels locked. You just don't get any start. You don't know that. The chain is almost completely unwound, so there's only barely any connection to it, as you would expect when it's deployed. So you quick push it the other way and go, no, I had it right the first time. It's just really locked.
Okay.
Okay.
I will attempt to get in there.
All right, so now we have Wudao and Jark trying to push on this.
Sure.
If Jark needs help, I'll be there. My
Jark-
brother in hardtack.
I'll be there. All right, I need a strength check from each
I
of
offer
you individually.
him a hardtack to be like, let's do this.
Calla, Kaydren, make perception checks for me, please.
And I'm not rolling very well today. That is 12.
Oh, do you want me to do a strength check too, or is it like an
Yes. Nope. Everybody's doing one individually here.
9.
Perception.
advantage?
11 for me.
Okay.
I am 11 plus 1, so 12.
The three of you managed to at least get it. And Jark still pushing on the inside, I assume, not the outside. Okay. They have what appear to be very old wood. Yasi and Wudao, are you guys pushing on the outside of the levers or the inside?
This is the wheel thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
the capstan.
I
now know it's called.
Depending on how it pulls, like, I almost think I'd have tied a rope and just, like, tried to use the rope to give myself real, like, you know.
Did you look at the picture?
I did.
So where would you
a
tie
little
that rope?
on it?
Oh, I see.
On the little stubby thing. Like, couldn't you tie a knot on the stick and then, like, try to pull as hard as you can?
Sure. Okay.
Something
All
like
right,
that.
so
I feel like
you
pulling.
try the rope 12. Okay. You managed to get it turning a little bit. There's another clang as you start to push it up. It is not. Give me another set of strength checks, please.
Oh, nat 20! I feel vital. I feel that hardtack I ate before I started doing this is digesting and giving me the power and strength that I need.
13.
I'll carry this, guys. It's fine.
Yasi's push
No,
is starting to. She feels stronger. She's screaming a little bit. She seems to be moving things forward. There's a distinct creak from the bar that Yasi's pushing on.
I think we roll above 10.
The gate is starting to come up. It's about 6 inches off the ground now. It's still underwater, you think?
You can swim.
Water's a generous term. Calla, you're noticing this gate start to raise. The clanging noise intensifies as the chain is pulled taut and is bouncing around against the other metal. Another strength check, please.
15.
Hey, 19.
Wow,
Okay.
I inspired everyone with my
Now that
strength.
there's some movement happening, you guys are getting into a bit of a rhythm. Ratscratch isn't here, but Jark is mumbling some sort of goblin work song under his breath as you're walking around in the circle. Calla, you can see that there's an opening beginning to form.
There's a whip, there's a way. There's a whip, there's a way.
That's my new favorite song now.
I plug my nose before I crawl through. What I keep telling myself is definitely just water. It's
Okay.
definitely just water.
Make either an acrobatics check or a dexterity check. And everybody that's pushing, make one more strength check, please.
Oh my god, I knew this would happen. Now I roll a 5, so 6.
19.
17.
Okay. Yasi's previous enthusiasm wanes rapidly as she slips a little bit, but Jark and Wudao, you managed to catch it. At least the upward progress is halted, but Calla, you managed to get underneath and pop up on this side.
Like spitting and like kind of vomiting like I was
Can I
just
can
like
I
an
just
hour
grab,
ago.
Can I grab Calla by the scruff of her neck and like drag her through?
Yeah, okay. She's
And,
through,
like-
but you
like,
grab her anyway and yank her further just to be sure.
Yeah.
Got her. For
I'm
those
like
of
trying
you
to lift
on the
myself
capstan,
off.
make
to her
another strength check if you want to keep trying to raise it up.
Do we know if Calla's made it through?
I'm
You don't know.
here. I made it.
Can we hear her?
Can I move?
You can hear me vomiting in the background.
I saw.
If we're still pushing, I guess. That's
Well, I rolled a
11.
7, so I don't know if we are.
Okay, there's a little bit of backward movement and the gate drops just a little bit.
I look around and I'm like, they almost fucking killed me.
Yeah. Can I saw where Jort had his hands where he pulled that lever. Can I make sure that it's in that up position where it was originally from the down?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start to fiddle with it a little bit.
I just want to see if it like would lock the door where it's at.
You reach your hand in there. It's actually a lot harder for you to do that.
Yes.
It was definitely made for those
Made for a dwarven.
shorter.
Yes.
Thankfully, dwarf arm's fairly thick, so you're able to wiggle in a little bit. You do push on the lever and feel a bit of a catch. Everybody that's still pushing, do you want to keep pushing?
Have we heard Calla?
Until I hear
As far as I know,
otherwise.
you don't know that, so
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm
Well,
gonna keep going.
strength
until-
check then, please.
Yeah. 15.
15.
All of you. 11, 15, what was the other one?
15. 2 15s.
Double 15s.
Okay. The 11, nothing happens. The two 15s, you both snap through the bar in front of you as there's a quick stop from the gate.
I guess you
So you're-
broke it, right? Like, it's not the end of
You're
the world.
holding pieces of capstan bar in your hand right now. There's several other ones, but you broke the ones you were pushing. No, it stopped. Yeah, and
I
it
guess we
stopped
got it.
in the same way if you were pushing on a car and somebody stepped on the brakes and you all ran into the back of it. That's exactly what happened. Okay.
Hi, Jorts. Hi.
Oh.
Calla
Thanks.
sitting calmly.
Thanks for almost killing me.
Hey,
You
you're
made
welcome.
it!
Thanks for pulling that lever. When
Anytime.
really, you know.
And there's a good
And you trusted
foot
her.
above the water now. You can see just the spikes of the portcullis right above the water's edge.
Would there be enough room for us to get through?
I just got over here.
Probably.
Well, you are a small.
Thank you. Yes.
You're a petite
Lip
little
it.
girl,
Yeah.
like.
Oh, thank you.
The
Well,
halfling's
we're
like, "Yeah, of course you
normal.
can fit." The half-orc's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, that's where
I
I'm like.
mean,
You think
I meant more so
you
if I
could
just
probably
risked
fit?
my life to get over here. Why would I go back now? But
Well, in case we have to make a hasty exit.
we never have
I mean,
to
I'm
do
not
that.
wearing the armor and stuff. I'm fairly lithe.
Yeah.
I think Kaydren would probably have the hardest time.
I'm a wiry. All right. In front of you, you see more straight sewer passage.
Oh boy.
And as you follow it down, you begin to hear a strange sound echoing off the halls.
A strange sound.
Wind, perhaps? But here? In the sewers? In the Underdark?
Wait, can I smell the wind? Does it feel like fresh wind or like muggy
Stanky wind,
wind
sewer
or
wind?
you know, like you know what I mean, like musky
It's not
or
wind at all. It just sounds like it. And as you get closer and further down, you begin to recognize what the source is. The
Is it a dragon?
inhuman, impossible, horrific sounds of creatures who have been screaming and screaming and screaming,
Toad,
so
we should
that
go
they
back.
know
come
not
here.
their
Right.
own voices.
We should definitely go back and not forward. We
And
should go
as
back.
we stop there for the evening, we fade back in on Ratscratch.
He's alive.
Ratscratch. You have in front of you the paper that you pilfered, the decree, the proclamation. You also have a table full of your own supplies, tantalizingly close to your cell door. You are chained as a reminder to the wall. Okay. Sleight of magic hand, if I recall correctly, how you
Still
retrieved
sleight-
that in the
sleight of
first
hand,
place?
yes. Mage
Yes.
hand.
Okay. Disadvantage on this for very obvious reasons. Okay, you hope it's hidden. Yeah. And as you're praying and thinking that you hope it's hidden, you hear the screams near you. Not even words, but almost indecipherable animal sounds grow louder. The clamor increases. And it seems to be almost in a Doppler effect where you can hear it coming, growing louder and louder. Not people approaching, but this sound wave approaching. And you see, step past the front of your door, the thing that had been eliciting the reactions from all those in front of you. A very kindly looking old man in a robe, and what appeared to be two younger assistants. And he beckons to one of those assistants who begins to unlock your cell door. He steps inside, and the other assistant comes in and unrolls what looks like a thieves' toolkit on the ground next to him. The old man smiles, bends down, and picks up a scalpel and looks at you and says, "Let's talk." And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
Excellent.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, you say, oh dear. We say, oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Rescue attempts are always fun.
Mm-hmm. Shit's fucked.
Yeah, might be fun.
When that Ratscratch gif is coming into play very clearly here.
Yes.
Concern rising.
In a true cinematic event, you don't know. Yeah, Kaydren was able to confirm that earlier.
Yes.
You're essentially there. Yeah.
Yeah, I have I'm trained in survival, so I get the full bonus for the survival, and I rolled exceedingly high on that.
Yeah, that was
It
good.
was like a 24 for a survival, so I know we're with certainty we're going in the correct direction.
I love the chaos machine that you are. The group is just a giant chaos machine. And I appreciate it.
Minimal chaos. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's the
It's-
worst that could happen?
It's not quite the level of a necromancer and a cleric in the same group, but it's getting close.
I mean, his name is Jorts, so you know.
Literal chaos goblin.
Ritual chaos goblin. Now I want that to be an entire clan. Chaos goblins.
I love that stuff.
Kind of appropriate for the dungeon setting, I think.
You ever listen to the Who? The
Who?
Who? Like HU? It's a Hungarian. It's
I know. I was like,
no, it's a Mongolian throat singing like
Yeah,
metal
pretty
group.
different
It's
vibes.
really
yeah.
good. It's really good, man. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Bye, Strem.
Bye, Stram.